Honk.
That is what I am talking about. What is going on, everyone? Welcome, Arvanauts. Welcome back. I guess I'm welcoming myself back. Welcome back, me. Welcome back, everybody, to the stream. It is August 8th, 2023, in the year of our Lord, Anno Domini, etc., etc. And I am back, people. I have arrived. I made it back safely last night from Gen Con after driving. It's funny, actually. I thought on the way out, I had to stop. We stopped at a hotel halfway through because it's like a 12-hour drive for us. And on the way back, I ended up stopping. We ended up stopping a couple times. But I actually just drove through the night because I had gotten a good amount of sleep that day. And so I just wasn't tired, so I was just like, all right, well, I'm just going to keep going and save myself the hotel cost while the family slumbered in the car. So we actually got back early this morning at like 3:45 a.m. or something crazy like that, and then went to bed, and so I got back without having to spend another hotel night cost, which was nice. And we made it. We're here. We survived, and it is a pleasure to see everyone here, and I'm looking forward to going over a little bit about how Gen Con was, the symposium that was, and about how things went down, talk a little bit about the schedule to come, although there's more of that is going to be happening over the course of the next couple of days as I get caught up on stuff. Unfortunately, I have jury duty tomorrow, so some of the kind of catch-up stuff is going to be delayed a little bit. I actually did not get behind on my writing at all, which was nice. I managed to do some writing yesterday. My wife was driving, and I for that portion of the trip, and so I was able to do some writing. So I'm actually all caught up on my writing, exactly where I want to be. So I'll talk a little bit about that, and then a little bit about events to come. I am now going to be mostly around. There's a couple of little day trips here and there. My wife's and my 20th wedding anniversary and stuff like that. But for the most part, I'm going to be around here at home pretty much all the way until CanCon in October, and then again until maybe PAX Unplugged in December, basically. But that's otherwise I'm going to be around, and we are going to have a bunch of stuff going on for the channel and for things happening in the fall. So I'm super excited about that. And yes, I did get enough sleep. Thank you, Dragon. Actually, the sleep was no problem. I managed to get enough sleep each day, mostly because I was getting to bed at not a ridiculous, unreasonable hour. And so I managed to get, enough sleep. Probably the least amount of sleep I got. There was one day that I got, probably today, actually, now that I think of it, because I probably only got about 7 hours today. But for the most part, I was getting between 7.5 and 8.5 hours of sleep, so pretty standard for most of the con. So that was good. But we'll talk about that in just a moment. Before I get there, just a couple of reminders about ways to support the channel. Again, more about the channel is coming up, folks. I had some really good discussions while I was at Gen Con, and I am looking forward to talking more about aspects of the channel. I've mentioned all along this idea of like the refresh business. I'm going to be doing some of that. So, and I actually reminds me I have to grab something to show people. Okay, well, I will grab that in just a minute. Before I do that, though, just a couple of reminders about ways to support us. If you haven't done so already, please follow the channel. Please check out our YouTube with !ArvTube, Discord !ArvCord, Twitter !ArvTweets, website arvanelleron.com, !ArvSky for my Blue Sky account, which continues to grow, which is nice. Website, as I mentioned, arvanelleron.com. Financially, !ArvShop is the merchandise area. So that has been partially refreshed already, but there is more coming. As soon as Tari gets her PC back, which I am hoping is any second now, then we're going to be able to upload a new set of Shire Adventure things. So we'll have the Shire Adventure stuff over there. Expedition for the Mysterious Peaks is coming very soon, hopefully by the end of the summer. And then we've also got a new raft of emotes. Literally 9 new emotes are coming your way as well. But as far as the shop is concerned, you can already get some new Eberron, Oracle of War. You can also get some just sort of channel stuff over there, and that all supports the channel, so please do that with !ArvShop. Quick programming note on the Patreon. Something weird is going on with Patreon. Paul Weimer was talking about this as well. Our very own Prince Justin was talking about this as well. Something happened where the Patreon is somehow not charging people properly, or something happened. So I'm trying to notify people as much as I can. But if you are a supporter of the Patreon, please make sure that you still are a supporter of the Patreon and did not accidentally get disconnected from it. There's some weird stuff going on with Patreon. I really wish Patreon would stop breaking stuff and just keep giving us what we actually want, which is more or less more of the same, more competently run. I really wish that Patreon could figure out a way to do that. But anyway, that really is the financial backbone of the channel, and that's one of the focal points that we're going to have in September of our subathon coming up, about which more in a little bit. So please support the Patreon. Good stuff for yourself and for the channel. Also, subbing to the channel, as previously mentioned, is really great. That really does support the channel as well. Custom sub badges and emotes. Again, we have 9 new emotes coming your way, so we're going to be doing all of that, so that would be super helpful. That's exclamation point Arv Treon for the Patreon, and then subbing to the channel. On the publishing side, something which is very much on my mind, and actually let me just make one note here to check on something. Okay. The other thing I wanted to mention was about the publishing stuff. Exclamation point Icarus is my graphic novel from the amazing Athos Arts. Exclamation point Library for Tales and Tomes from the Forbidden Library, my 5e adventure and sourcebook from Alligator Alley Entertainment. Those sold very well at Gen Con. I was told about midway through Sunday, so they sold a few more after this point. They had brought 2 cases of 2 full boxes of Tales and Tomes. Each box contains 30. So they had sold 1 full box and half of the second already. So they sold 45 Tales and Tomes at Gen Con, and there were a few more that got sold on Sunday. So close to 50 of those, and they have been selling very well, both online, in both digital form and physical form. So I'm very grateful for that. That book has done really well, and there's been discussions about what that might mean for future versions of Tales and Tomes, he said archly. So thank you if you were one of the people who have supported it and bought it, but I was really happy about that. And I was also really happy about stuff relating to Greyshade, the Greyshade TTRPG specifically, which we got a chance to talk about at the con with Brandon O'Brien, the designer of this. And if you're like, well, how do I pre-order this? I'm glad you asked. Exclamation point Greyshade is going to be important. Yeah, I think it was something like that, Triffid. It's really bizarre. And it's another one of those like headaches that, again, Patreon is very good at smiling and nodding and seeming extremely friendly and doing things that you don't want, all while claiming they're being super transparent and responsive to the community. I'm calling out Patreon on this because Patreon, I'm sorry, they need to step up their game substantially. Like, there's just... All we want is for Patreon to be a place where we can connect with our communities, and most importantly, where we can set up a system to financially support ourselves, whether it's through writing or through the channel or through, whatever else the creative happens to do, and to do that competently and without screw-ups and having to make us figure out multiple things every day. That's what we want them to do, instead of adding stuff that we don't ask for and don't need. And it's just really irritating sometimes when it's just like, all we're asking for is this. Stop giving us what we're not asking for. I don't understand. Anyway, where was I? So yes, so Tales and Tomes did very well, and you can get that with Library. But Greyshade, as I mentioned, the tabletop role-playing game, there was a lot of buzz around that, which was great to see. And exclamation point Greyshade is where you can get a copy of Greyshade, the novel, which I sold a fair number of at Gen Con. I also sold a fair number of the sequel, Renegade, which is now officially out. You can get that by typing in either exclamation point Greyshade or exclamation point Renegade. And again, I know I'm sounding like a broken record on this, but please do leave a review if you liked what you read. Please do that on Amazon. It really does make a difference to the algorithm. We've been really pushing and asking people, please, 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 with sugar on top, please leave a review if you like it. Reviews are love and life. It really does make a difference in the algorithm, which is important for us. So please do that if you liked it. But we got a chance to sell a bunch of Renegades as well. You can also pre-order Heretic, which I did some work on over the weekend. That is going to be coming out next year. That's the last book in the series. And you can order a copy of the audiobook, which I listened to some of on the drive out, from Trent Sparks. He did an amazing job of Greyshade. And as I said, pre-order that tabletop role-playing game of Greyshade. So all the way around, it was great. It was awesome. It was amazing. You should totally check that out if you can, with exclamation point Greyshade or exclamation point Renegade. Last but certainly not least, exclamation point BLM, Black Lives Matter. Very important to affirm and assert the significance and importance of Black lives. Exclamation point Help Now, the World Health Organization page on suicide prevention. Important to reach out to others when you need help and reach out to others when they need help as well. And exclamation point Ukraine, UKRAINE, to help the people of Ukraine as they fight back against an illegal and illegitimate war with bravery and courage, and do so with the understanding that we will support others in this situation in the future. So yes, I have heard about the Zoom fiasco. There were also blog posts that Zoom made, which I don't know. I need to find out exactly what I think what may well have happened is that Zoom may have done some stuff that was stupid, like that was just dumb. I think they did something thinking it meant something else. And I think they just made a big snafu and didn't realize the impact of it. They're going to be forced to back off. I'm here to tell you that Zoom works exceedingly well for me, and I cannot even fathom what it's going to be like if I have to leave Zoom. I don't even know what I'm going to do. WebEx sucks. It's awful. Hey, Hillness, happy post-Gen Con. Speaking of someone I had a chance to talk to there. Good to see you. Thank you so much, as always, Hillness. It was good seeing you this weekend. I had a really good time, and I hope you did as well. I think you said this was maybe your best Gen Con. It was a pretty good one, I think. Yeah, I don't know what if I'm going to do if I have to leave Zoom. Like, honestly, WebEx sucks. I've used it. It's terrible. These people who are like, let's go back to Skype. I'm like, first of all, Skype is still terrible. And secondly, Microsoft owns it. So the idea that somehow Skype is the savior is beyond me. And these other things whereby these open source stuff, I'm sorry, I've used a bunch of them. They're clunky, 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 clunky. Zoom was a lifesaver during remote teaching. There's just nothing else out there that can do what Zoom does. So I hope to God that Zoom reverses course ASAP, because I cannot even conceive of what I'm going to do without it. And I'm being serious about it. I understand the importance of like calling them out, and I'm glad that we did that. But I don't think people realize how important Zoom is on a basic level because of how unfunctional everything else is. Discord is not ready for prime time. I've done many, many, many video calls on Discord, and it's no comparison. It would be nice if Discord took this opportunity to up the ante on their video call game, which people have been asking them to do for years. But regardless, it's not as easy as just like, well, everyone leave and go somewhere else. Well, for people who do, as I do, have a professional Zoom account and use it for literally 40 to 50 hours every month, it's not as easy as just like, oh, well, just go somewhere else. Like, it's really, really hard to do. It's just really hard to do. So yes, I am praying that they come to their senses sooner rather than later. Hey, what's up, Ballstagan? Hi, Turbo Tango, and it's good to see everybody. Okay, I'm going to do my post-Gen Con wrap up here. Let me just turn on my air conditioner, which has been off in here. But one big bit of news, folks. My peace lily in my room, which had a wilting incident much earlier this year, and I have nursed it back to health with tender loving care, has put out another lily. I'm very excited about this. My peace lily is enjoying the spot where it is so much, it has put out another lily. So good news, growth is on the way. All right, let me go grab this thing I need to grab, and then we'll get started. Okay, I will show you. I need to be careful, though. I need to be very careful because this thing, the waterer that I use is very... Hi, everyone. Okay, so here we go. So again, remember, some of this is the leftover wilting incident, okay? So some of the leaves you'll see, like you see a couple of those brown leaves, that was from the wilting incident, but you will see that otherwise this thing is doing exceedingly well since then. And look, do you see that white thing right there? That, right there, I don't know if you can see it, that is a lily. And it's put those things out before, but it does so every so often, and it only puts out lilies if it's doing very well. And it is loving where it is now. I moved it out of the window about 8 months ago where it was like too much light, and I moved it to this spot where it gets some light from my skylights up here in the office. And now it is like super, super thriving. So again, there's a couple of these brownish leaves from that wilting incident, but otherwise this thing is doing super well. So I am super excited. What do you mean, boo? What are you talking about? What do you have against plants, Dragon? So I'm very happy about that. Why would you be booing a plant? Only Dragon Spear can actually boo a plant. I just, listen, Dragon. Anyway, it is lovely to see you all. So I had a very good time at Gen Con. And I have some show and tell for all of you. So first of all, these things went very well. you've seen these on this channel before, but I got to pick up my own author copies of these and sold a bunch of them. In fact, I went from having a full box of copies that I brought to Ballsteg and to Emily, to Chris and Emily there. I brought these boxes back to them, or a box, and then sold a bunch of these things. So I was able to get down to just one small box to return with of stuff, which is exactly what I wanted. I wanted to have a little bit of stock that I can bring to CanCon and stuff in October, but not be sort of overloaded. Oh, what's up, Fury Fire? Yeah, I'm sorry you weren't feeling well, man, but it was good to see you. I'm sorry you weren't feeling well, but, we'll catch up with you next year. I'm sorry, Fury, but I hope you're feeling better now, man. So, anyway, allergen propagators. Oh, stop. No. Peace Lily is what you call an oxygen propagator, my friend. This is good for the air and good for my office. So anyway, yeah, no, I hear you, Fury. So I was super excited about this. Hey, Shadowed, good to see you. And yes, these were, in fact, I did not sign this because these are my own author copies, but I signed, what was it, Ballsteg? Like 85 of these? 100 of these? 85, 100 of these? Something like that? I forget how many it was I sold, but I sold a ton. I sold a bunch, and then I signed a bunch of these, 90, yeah, for Kickstarter backers. So very happy to see these together now. Gray Shade and Renegade together. So that was very cool. I'm so happy with the look of these two. Look at this. Look at that. Look at that. Where are we there? Can we zoom in there, please? What? There we go. I'm so happy with the look of that. I really am. You're pooping in to say hi. I said what I said. Then you actually sold one of my pre-signed copies. So anyway, yes, very happy about that. All right. Now, couple of quick notes, which Hilmus can confirm about Gen Con. First of all, as far as I know, this was the most attended Gen Con in terms of both events and attendees ever. There were over 75,000 attendees at Gen Con, they announced, and it felt like it. Thursday was the busiest I've ever seen it, and I've been going to Gen Con now for 16 years, since 2007. And so this was easily the biggest Thursday that I ever saw. It was packed a lot of the days there. And I was very excited to see that kind of interest and enthusiasm. There was also just as much, in fact, I didn't even really get through much of the exhibit hall, but I figured out a couple things I'll do for next year that'll make that different, easier for me. So that was the first thing. It was absolutely packed from the word go. The second thing is that in terms of events, they have now gone as far as they can go in terms of obvious space, because they used all of Lucas Oil Stadium, including all the suites of Lucas Oil Stadium, to fit all the events in. In fact, one event that my son and I did, which was this thing called Quest Kids, it's kind of like a life-size dungeon, they called it, with these like huge tiles you flip, and it was funny. I had a good time with it. But it was at Embassy Suites, which is like a good 8 to 10 minute walk from the downtown Marriott where all the symposium events were being held. No problem, but it was just one of those things where it's like they really have stretched as far as they can go. So they are really, really pushed out. Yeah, post-long weekend and before getting dragged off to the far north. That's right. So yeah, it was something. Like I mean, it's good. Obviously, it's good news because just you could tell the vibe. There were a lot of sales, a lot of money being done. I heard that Catalyst. I ran into our good friend John Helfers, of course. Talked to him a little bit. They did very well. Catalyst did, and all of the booths that I talked to were doing extremely well, including people who sold stuff like. And this is one of the things I realized. Before, I tried to set my programming at the symposium so that I would have Sunday off, but I realized that was a mistake, and I'm not going to do it that way again, because the symposium events close up at noon anyway with the closing ceremonies. So by 1 o'clock, you're basically out of there regardless, and then you have another 3 hours. So what it meant in effect was that I had to come up and obviously do the closing ceremonies and then say goodbye to people. So I didn't get back down to the hall till like 1:30, 1:45, and then the hall's only open for a couple of hours anyway. So next year, what I'm going to try to do is make it so that I have my light day for programming is Thursday. So that's the day I spend with family. I don't know whether it's always going to be as busy as it was this Thursday, but at least it's likely to be less busy than Friday and Saturday. And not everything will be sold out, because what happened was a lot of stuff was sold out. A lot of things were there. So that was basically the thing. Oh, the new 800-room hotel. Yeah, but I guess they could just keep building hotels, but it was something else. So I'm definitely going to do that next time, because a lot of stuff was sold out, but not everything. I got some things that I was looking for. So first of all, my big target this year, and I did not get a lot of stuff. We got 1, 2, 3. We got 4 games, and 2 super plushy stuffed animals that they were practically throwing at us when we were walking out of the hall, because they didn't want to pack it up and bring it back with them. So Mini Arv got an adorable stuffed plague doctor with the mask. Don't know what to tell you. And that was Mini Arv. And Little Arv because she loves sushi, got a stuffed sushi. That was the thing. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, we'll definitely see. We'll see how that kind of comes down. I mean, there definitely were a lot of people. I mean, there's no question about that. But don't talk about Lorcana. Oh my God, Lorcana. So I was like, what the hell is this? And then I found out. I talked to actually Brandon O'Brien about this. So apparently Disney has their own collectible card game coming out. That game, everyone was talking about Lorcana. Like everyone was like Lorcana. Like. I was just like, what even is this? And then when I figured it out, I'm like, oh, what I thought was more cool was that there was a Lord of the Rings adventure book game that Ravensburger was selling, but it was way sold out by the time I even heard about it. And so I didn't have a chance to follow up on it. So we only got 4 games, besides the stuffed animals I mentioned. There were 2 of them. One of them, actually, I'll do it in reverse order. So one of them, my wife and son got from Haba. It was basically like, I don't know if anyone's ever played that Rush Hour puzzle game where you have that game where you have all those cars that are like the different multicolored cars that are all like kind of hemmed in on a grid board, and you set it up differently, and then you can only slide one car at a time to like get the car out of the map type of thing. That's basically what Rush Hour is. Yeah, not Rush Hour with Jackie Chan. Yeah. The getting the car out thing. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for some reason, I completely missed the Lorcana buzz. I mean, I'm kind of a peripheral Disney person. I like some of the Disney stuff, but not all of it. So I kind of, I was lost on me. And I don't do much I don't do collectible card game stuff mostly. But I for some reason, I was like, what is this game and why does everyone want it? But now I actually knew. Oh, is there really? The other thing was Disney Dixit, which my son had a chance to play with my wife, and they said that was fun because my son loves Dixit. But so anyway, so they played this game. So the Rush Hour game that I mentioned, there's this pirate game, which is a legacy pirate game where you try to get all of the crew members to the right colored oars on this ship. And it's essentially that game that I just mentioned, Rush Hour, but it gets harder and harder every time. And then there's like a whole adventure and you get different treasures and there's like a companion app and the whole bit. So my son has had fun with it, but there's like, I don't know, like 21 chapters and they already finished like 18 by the time we left Gen Con. So I don't know about the replayability, but it was definitely going on. So they had fun. So they got that game. That was one game. Second game that we got was an expansion for Above and Below. This is by, I want to get the designer right, Ryan Lawcat. Yeah. Ryan Lawcat, who did Above and Below and Near and Far. We don't have Near and Far. We have Above and Below. My family and I like Above and Below, and we actually got an expansion, excuse me, which is like a $20 expansion that has like desert expansion, and then there's like an underforest expansion. It's sort of a game where you like build a village and you train villagers, and then you send them underground to get resources, and they have adventures and stuff like that. Above and Below is fun. So I wanted to get, so we got the expansion for that, which was cool because we had been looking for that. That was only like $20. That was pretty good. And then we got this, which is the last game that we got, so I'm doing it in reverse order, is this game, which is called Zoom Barcelona. Now, this game is from Blue Orange, and it was in connection with Cucafera Games. I'm not familiar with Cucafera, but Blue Orange I like a lot for family-related games. They're just good at it. It's a company which I think is from France originally, and Blue Orange is really kind of cool, I think. They make a lot of cool games. Anyway, so this game, basically what this game is you go around Barcelona racing with other people, taking pictures of landmarks, which doesn't sound like it would be interesting, but your own particular card has a specific kind of landmark, set of landmarks that will get you more points. And you have a camera that has a zoom setting. So the idea is you have to go like to this, like there's a bunch of districts on the board. You have to go to a particular picture so you can get a picture of a landmark. But if you don't go, and you can get there by walking, which means you go 2 spaces, by taking a scooter is 3, biking is 4, and bus is 5 or 6, I think. And you have to go exactly the number of spaces it says. You have to land on 1 space to be able to take a picture of the landmark. But if you use your zoom setting, you can actually go 1, 2, or 3 spaces shy of it, use your camera setting to zoom in to get the picture without having to land on the space. But you only get so many zooms. So once you've used up your zoom setting, it's gone and you can't do that anymore. Also, once you use up your extra modes of transportation, once those are gone, you can't use those either until you refill them at certain information places. And then there's all these other things. There's like, I didn't realize this, but Barcelona is famous for dragons in its architecture. So there's also this dragon that you can take a picture of in his lair, which lets you do all this other cool stuff. Very, very fun. I really enjoyed it a lot. And so this was a good time. And it was a game that when we first started playing it, I wasn't sure that we were going to like it, but we ended up really kind of digging the vibe of it when we got it later on. So that was cool. As you can see, not even out of the box, we played the demo. Literally, it was the last thing before they closed down the demo thing. And then we bought the game right before we walked out of the hall. So that was very cool. No, I saw you talking about that, Turbo Dango. I didn't have a chance to play in a demo. As I say, I barely got into the exhibit hall. So, but this was cool. Now, my big score, I wanted to get an expansion for Mysterium, which we really liked, but I couldn't get it. But my big score this is the one game that I promised myself, I don't get a ton of stuff because it's expensive. And also if it's never going to hit the table, it doesn't really matter. Right. So I need to make sure it's something that will be played. So I got, and it's heavy. Sleeping Gods, baby, by Ryan Lockhart. Now, in case you're like, what is Sleeping Gods? I'm glad you asked. This is a big legacy game. It is a cooperative game, which first of all, I really like. Secondly, it's a legacy game. So as you adventure, your characters literally level up throughout the course of the game. And thirdly, and this was one of the big appeals for me, it's 1 to 4 people, but people can jump in and out without affecting the game's flow. So in other words, if I want to play with myself, my 2 kids and my wife, 4 people, we can. If one of the kids, if little Arv is away at something, then I can play with my son, my wife, and me. Or the reverse. If my son's at camp, then I can have my daughter, my wife, and me. Or if both kids are away, then my wife and I can play. Or my wife and my daughter can play. Or any combination. I really, really, really dug that because it made it that much more likely that we were actually going to get this thing to hit the table. So very, very excited about this. And the thing is that Ryan Lockhart makes interesting, well-illustrated, it's pretty to look at, and the stories are compelling in some way too. I really like Above and Below, so I was pumped up for that. And again, it's called Sleeping Gods. It's been out for a year, I believe. And it's like this game everything about it, I'm like, I totally want to get this. So this was not cheap, but it was literally one of 4 games that we got, and one of them was an expansion. So expansion, the Zoom to Barcelona game, the pirate game that I mentioned, the one with the rush hour stuff, and this. Those were the 4 games that we got. So it was very cool. Now the symposium was great. The symposium went really well. I'll let Hillness, speak to that, or Ballstead can speak to that. But the symposium was great. We were really happy that everything went more or less the way we wanted. There were always curveballs, and we had some curveballs that we had to contend with. But for the most part, everyone seemed very pleased with how things developed. We had a much more diverse presenter group this year, and that made a very palpable difference, I think, in the feel of everything. Last year was just a matter of getting things back up and rolling after the CONCOM committee basically just all departed at once. So it was a matter of kind of making sure the symposium didn't collapse last year. We managed to do it without anyone really noticing. And this year we were able to build on that foundation. I think programming went quite well, and both everybody on the CON committee and the volunteers, who are the best volunteers like I said this several times on panels there and during the ceremonies opening and closing, it's the best volunteer corps of any convention that I've ever been to. without question. It is the best. They are just they super competent, really enjoy it. They're pleasant, everything. They're just great. I love the volunteers. So everything about it, that went super well. Programming was great. Very good attendees as always, like great questions and ideas. We had a lot of very full and sometimes sold out workshops. I had, I think, 31 or 32 for my networking workshop. I had like 52 people come for my game mastering and for the writing for the game master workshop. That was great. We had a number of people show up for D&D with writers. That we're still working on making sure we can promote that, because we had like, I think, 35 people show up for that, but I would love to get even more people for that over time, because everybody, including, of course, Emily Bell was on that, and Rising Tides was on that, and 3 people that are not connected to that, Richard Lee Byers, Jenny Koch, and Karen Menzel. But it was great to have them all play the next adventure, which was called Of Mice and Money, and you folks got to see some of that because it was played there as well. So that was a good time. We had the Coat Check retail store. Yeah, I did see that. I need to get the I think it's Secrets and Lies Shadowed Mage that I need to get, which is the one with the story cards. I need to do that also. So that's the thing. And yeah, the auction consignment, there was some big consignment auction thing that was literally in the room next to us. So one of the rooms we'd be like, so when we consider fantasy characters, someone's like, all right, say 10, 10, 10, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, do I see 20? Do I see 20? And I'm like, I really wasn't expecting I was going to have to compete with Hoedown at the OK Game Corral back there. So that was not optimal, but generally, the rooms I think worked out really nicely. All the guests talked about how they had a really good time. Again, they felt like it was great to have a very diverse group, which also included people that have been there for years. I mentioned Richard Lee Byers has done this for a number of years. I've been doing the symposium myself for 15 plus years. There were a number of people who have been there for a long time, so that was cool to see. It was just a very good vibe. You ran across Karen on Sunday. Karen's good people. I've always really liked Karen. Karen's another one who's been doing it for many, many, many years. In fact, she started out attending it and then ended up obviously now being a part of some of those events. So it was great. The symposium was really inspiring. A lot of good stuff that came out of it. And I felt like we really had a very profound, it was a very profoundly good thing, a profoundly good experience. So I'm happy to see what happens next year. There are definitely adjustments we're going to want to make in terms of structure, in terms of how we coordinate stuff behind the scenes and things like that. That's all going to wait for our committee postmortems and all that to talk about. But we in general felt very good. And that's right. Karen's the longest player of D&D with writers. And I want to give a shout out, by the way. Hillness was there most of the weekend at a lot of our events and at all the D&D with writers. I got it done in 4 hours and 20 minutes. It was designed to run for 4 hours. I got it done in 4 hours and 20 minutes. There were some people that left sort of later in the day, later in the session, just because it was going on for a while. So I have to figure out a way that I can even speed it up even more. But the players had a great time, and that's related to the Forbidden Library, of course. The first trilogy was the one that was published in Tales and Tomes, as I mentioned. And then the second trilogy, the last one, the beginning of the second trilogy was last year with Night and Day. And this year was called Of Mice and Money. And the final of that trilogy will be next year. And yes, it sure did. You know why I felt I could do that, Hillness? I'm like, listen, if Across the Spider-Verse can end on a cliffhanger, and boy does it, then I can end on a cliffhanger. That's what I thought. But no, it was a great time. And I was really grateful to everyone who was there and a big part of it. We also sold a number of the USB drives that were branded like Writers Symposium USB drives that had all of these like novels and short stories and like music and perhaps by someone's band you might have heard of, and things like that. And also had like some of the audiobook stuff. One of the audiobooks done by Emily of her own work. One of the audiobooks, we had, I think, a chapter or two from the Gray Shade audiobook done by Tren. So it was great. And I was really thankful that people like Hillness supported it. I don't remember in the end how many we sold, but I know that we sold enough, Ballsteg said, to cover their costs and also to give some money back to the authors. And so there was that was great to see. I was really happy about that. Now, again, down the line, we want to expand that even further. But as far as I could tell, we need to get final ticket numbers. Symposium attendance, I think, was up. And we definitely had a lot of people coming in and out to symposium events, including people that were pretty significant people within the industry. We managed to get people this year because of the sort of, we added a whole game narrative track, which Toya Kristen Finley spearheaded, and she was great with that too. We got Strix, Whitney Beltran, you may know of, or you certainly will know of Ajit George, who was the lead, if you know D&D, he was the lead designer of and developer for Radiant Citadel, which was the big D&D book that came out last year with a number of adventures, all from diverse BIPOC creators. So that was really awesome that they were there as a part of the symposium. Our special guests were there, so that was pretty great that we got to have the special guests in addition to all of the author guests. So it was just great, and I appreciate that, Helness. I know you mentioned that I had seen the thing that you had done some marketing on the Gray Shade side, and certainly D&D with writers. So I appreciated that very much, Hilness. And I again want to say that I'm really grateful for Hilness's support. Of course, I've met now Hilness many times in person at Gen Con, and now even at our D&D with the Klein event. So it was good to see you, my friend. I appreciated that, having you there. And I appreciated everyone that was able to stop by. And also my read and critiques that we did. We did the read and critique, and my session that I was in, we had a lot of great people that contributed stuff as well. So in the end, it was really a great experience. There were definitely some things learned about what to do next year, in terms of different things I want to change individually, about certain scheduling things, and about, certain symposium behind the scenes stuff. But that's all stuff that is, first of all, inside baseball, and secondly, all of it was fine. Like, it all worked really well in the end. So I was very happy about that. Yeah, that's right. Christiane Alice did do that. I forgot about that. Yes, and I was excited to see that too on this, and I'm very happy about that. In fact, I don't think I have the Gray Shade pamphlet, but the Gray Shade pamphlet came out really well too. But I don't think I have one because I gave away my copies to the Rising Tides, which reminds me, I need to let... Okay, I just need to make sure I made a note of something. Okay, cool, because those Gray Shade pamphlets were really great too. The Gray Shade, I'm telling you, the Gray Shade tabletop game, we now have a schedule in place for when playtesting is going to happen, when we expect everything to come out, and at what times. We are going to be running a campaign here. You can scan it and sell it on RPG Drive-Thru. See? Go ahead and sell it on RPG Drive-Thru, and then I will sell it on Drive-Thru RPG. Check and mate, sir. No. So I am super excited for Gray Shade next year. We talked about the fact that this was the year of Gray Shade, and in some ways it is, but next year I think maybe even more that way, as the final book of the trilogy comes out with Heretic, as the audiobook continues to get out there and propagate. So I'm excited about that. But in general, very good event. Very happy about how Gen Con went. I was happy to go, and was very happy about the symposium. Yeah, exactly. It's my competing service, NegCon. Yeah, I may or may not have made references to Geneva Con as being a part of the adventure that I ran. I may or may not have done that. So it was a great time. It was awesome. I loved it. It was better than Cats. It was good stuff. And I do want to encourage everyone, if you are in the area, first of all, if you're in the Indianapolis area and you love games at all, please let me recommend that you get something if you can stop by. It is not cheap. Getting the hotel, getting the parking and all that, that is a problem. It is a bar to entry. But it is something that in certain cases, if you are, for example, a member of a marginalized community, if you are BIPOC yourself, there are sometimes scholarships and things like that available for people to be able to attend. I would like to see Gen Con do more outreach overall, and we in the symposium are trying to do more of that outreach also. And we had several people help us with that, by the way. The Scalzi Family Foundation was really helpful and provided funding to allow some of our guests to attend. The same thing with Elizabeth Baer and Scott Lynch, who provided extra projectors for the rooms to do workshops. Those workshops also help defray costs for people who come, and so that was also really valuable. So we're trying to do more of that as well. But if you are in the area and you love games at all and you love writing at all, please let me recommend that you come to the Writers Symposium. We're very proud of the event. It's been going on for well over 20 years now, and I think it's better than ever and is just going places. So I think it's the kind of thing you'd like to get involved with, and attend the panels and say hi to us. We'd love to do that. The other thing I want to mention is that so there's that. First of all, the symposium, definitely do that. And even if you are elsewhere, as I say, it's not cheap to go, but even if you're elsewhere, if you're like, where do I spend my money? Like, I can go to one con a year. Big Bad Con has a very good reputation, and I've never been to it, but I've heard nothing but good things about it. I know that there are some people I know that are going to be attending it, and that love it. And so that's Big Bad Con is supposedly great from everything I've ever heard. And I have my own cons that I think are very good. Reader Con's always excellent. CanCon is one of my favorites. Always love going to that. Farpoint is always a lot of fun. Boscone has been great. So there's a lot of good cons out there. But man, the Gen Con Writers Symposium is just on another level for me. Partly, I'm involved with it now myself in terms of the planning and programming, but even before that, I always enjoyed doing that because I always felt that it was a way to really connect people to each other. Writers helping writers is one of the points of that. And I felt like it was a way to blend kind of learning. It's not just 101 panels, it's like more advanced stuff too for writers. And it's a chance for people to really, if you're a writer yourself, or if you love story and narrative in games, and if you're on this channel, I'm assuming you're kind of interested in that, those things are part of that experience. So I'm always really happy to be able to recommend the symposium. There really was a NegCon. Oh, seriously? There was a NegCon for the Call of Cthulhu thing? Oh, that's interesting. I wonder how they got a nearby hotel space. Well, I don't know. I won't get into that. I totally understand. Everyone has to do whatever they feel most comfortable with. I felt comfortable. Right. Yeah. Cause the hotel wasn't part of the Gen Con block. I felt comfortable with my own and my family's safety. That's all I can say. We're fully vaccinated and boosted, and I felt comfortable with where things were at myself. But obviously I totally understand anyone making whatever the decision is that they need to make for themselves. I totally get that. But as far as we're concerned, the symposium, I think, was a big success. So I was happy with it, and it seemed like a lot of other people were happy with it. We also have a feedback form that we'll be going over, and we'll be looking to see suggestions about, who gets put on next and stuff like that. In fact, that's another thing to remember. Remind committee about other stuff. Yeah, well, we won't know for sure, though, Fury, for a few days, right? Like, we won't know if there's going to be that. If the WS, what is the WS? Yeah, exactly, Turbo. I think that's true, which is not, I understand that's not, I get that whether the Writers' Symposium. Actually, we have nothing against that in principle. But the thing is, the way that the Writers' Symposium works is that Gen Con gives us a pool of money, and then we basically run the symposium entirely by ourselves. The only stuff that's handled with Gen Con is, obviously, the scheduling of the rooms has to be coordinated with them, and security. And by the way, big props to the larger event staff at Gen Con, because security was handled very well. There were no trolldoms that had any major impact on us. So thank you. Good job to security again for doing that. But other than that, the symposium runs everything itself. So in terms of online stuff, that's the thing that's really a big part of it, is like making sure that we have the spoons, basically the bandwidth to handle it, because we'd have to set it all up. Like, they would not provide us internet. They would not, we'd have to do all that on our own. So we are certainly not opposed to doing an online version of stuff, but if it's going to be a separate track, we have to expand the committee as it is, because we need more people on programming. We need to boost the amount of people on the committee to cut down on workload as it is. So I totally do at some point want to have an online version, like an online sort of parallel track with this, but it can't happen unless, until we get the symposium built up a little bit. Basically, until we get more funds and we get more people. But we're not opposed to it in any way. So about asking for feedback form. Okay. Yeah, so we're definitely not opposed to it in the least. And that online thing would also be another way that people could that people could feel comfortable, attending. Now, I personally, I've certainly done a number of online things in the past, online cons. I'm not against online stuff myself. Like, I do it once in a while, but I will fully admit I much prefer the in-person thing myself. But there have been many times where I couldn't do that, either because schedules didn't permit or for a variety of reasons. And for those, definitely love the online stuff. Flights of Foundry I've done. I did an online thing for Worldcon as well. In fact, when I did Worldcon in DC a couple of years ago, it was a hybrid, basically, where I did some online. I did one online thing, in fact, with Turbo Tango, and did some offline stuff. So I personally like the in-person stuff, but I think that we're moving to a model where there's going to be some hybrid combination. And that will present its own challenges. I don't think they're identical in terms of the feel of them, but I do think that in terms of accessibility, they provide a very valuable aspect to a convention. And so I'm really glad that that technology exists. It's just a matter of, again, it does require people to set it up. It requires more technological stuff to make sure that the internet actually works. Fortunately, we had internet working well enough that I was able to use Roll20 in the D&D with Writers thing. But otherwise, that would have been something that would have been another challenge. So there are challenges to consider, but I do think in the end, we're going to get some kind of hybrid combination of things is my guess. Oh, and by the way, just, since Turbo Tango is here, have I mentioned that while I was gone, Speculate was also named as a nominee for the Baltimore Web Fest, which means that we are now 3 for 3 and actually 4 for 4, really. We won Best Visuals at Rainbow Roll Fest. We are nominated for the New Jersey Web Fest, which is the granddaddy of them all. We are now a selection for the Baltimore Web Fest, and we are a selection for the Minnesota Web Fest. So can I just say, Valorword, man, kicking ass and taking names, baby. And Turbo Tango deserves tons of credit for this because Turbo Tango is the one who has scoured tirelessly looking for these things. And let me tell you, they're not always clear about submission guidelines. Did I say that? I mean, we really love all of what they're doing. Anyway, Turbo Tango is not only a wonderful writer, but a very good at sort of managing this. And we have other people we're talking to that are starting to help us with the sort of back end of Speculate. So we're going to have some stuff happening, which is the last thing I want to talk about here before we play some Jedi Fallen Order in just a minute. No, not Fallen Order, Jedi Survivor in just a minute. Yes, and our next session of Valorword is this Friday. Very excited. Very excited. Okay, now, a couple of quick notes I want to make, by the way, chat, about a couple things. First of all, on Speculate. On Speculate, we're going to have a fundraiser for Speculate coming in November. I mentioned this before. We did this last year, but we're going to be doing another fundraiser for Speculate. Details TBD, to build things up so we can get to another floor of financial support, which we're definitely going to need as we sort of take our next step up with Speculate. So if you want to support the podcast that is responsible for this multiple WebFest nomination slash selection thing, you want to be a part of that. Secondly, on the channel, I am going to be starting in September. Next month is my birthday. And in all likelihood, the weekend after my birthday is when I'm going to be doing my first ever subathon for the channel. I am planning on probably going Friday into Saturday, and I am planning on running this thing as we keep getting subs and getting Patreon supporters. We really do need to I really want to get boosts in both subbing and Patreon support. And it's going to go along with a few things that I'm going to be trying to implement in terms of schedule, in terms of being able to have more regular start times. I'm moving things around a lot so that I can try to start more regularly right on time. I know that I often am not able to start on time, and there's multiple reasons for that, mostly involving being that I am one person stretched way too thin. But I have made multiple schedule tweaks over the last few weeks to be able to set up for this. And in addition to that, we also have 9 new emotes on the way from Tari Tunes as soon as she gets her PC back. So we've got that going on. And in addition to that, we have multiple amounts of, so we have 9 new emotes on the way. We have new sub badges that we have now put into place to take us, I think, all the way through like 8.5 or 9 years or something like that. Shouted Mage and I did. We have, so we have that going on. We are going to have new possible games down the line. We have the Gray Shade stuff that's going to be happening later on. So we've got a lot of good stuff happening with the channel. It's possible as well that I'm going to have some more stuff coming very soon about the now imminent Kickstarter for a game which might rhyme with Blegosios Blenberblalis. done by Blarlos Blablandes and Blee Bless Blee Blooney. That may, in fact, be coming up soon, so you will have a chance to see more of that. So I'm very excited about the potential for stuff. And what I want to ask from all of you lovely folks is, again, I know I sound like a broken record, but please spread the word, spread the word, spread the word. Let people know what we're doing here. I'm analyzing schedules and numbers and all that sort of stuff. So I want to be able to make sure that I'm organizing things in such a way that we're consistently growing the channel, building our numbers over time, and hopefully building support of my writing, which is also something I run the channel for. You know, number one is because I love you and I love the channel and I love this community. But number two is it does also supplement and support my writing, and that's important to me also. So those are things that are going to be coming up over the next couple of months. So I'm very excited about that. A lot of that is going to be launching in September. But yeah, last thing is I'm going to be updating my schedule for August. I wasn't able to do that because literally we turned over into August 1st while I was gone at Gen Con, and I was way too busy, obviously, to do stuff with that now. But now we're going to be doing that going forward. So I am excited to see how that all works. So it's going to be great. And also, what's going to be great is Jedi Fallen Survivor. Oh, last thing. Since I got ready with everything and was getting all this stuff ready, I obviously haven't unpacked or anything yet. I thought you would all vicariously enjoy. On the way back yesterday from Indianapolis, we stopped at the North Market in Columbus, Ohio. Sadly, I don't do Origins anymore, but the North Market is a thing that I miss. And while I was there, I got this cinnamon sugar pretzel, which is going to be a part of my breakfast today. Cinnamon sugar, baby. North Market is great, yeah. I love North Market. Yes, and thank you to Triffid for doing that, because that really does make a difference. Yes. Okay, let's get playing some games, y'all. It's really good. It is really good. Wait, what? Oh, there we go. I was like, what the heck? Okay, sounds good. It was good seeing you, Hilness. And I'm glad you had a good time. I definitely did too. Don't everyone else leave. We're gonna do some stuff. No, one last thing. Okay. Okay, we wait 1 second. Okay, good. Everything's set. Lovely. Wonderful. Okay. All right. So there we go. That's good for the moment. All right, so now it's time for some Jedi Survivor. So scheduled today, by the way, is playing more of this. And then tonight, or this afternoon, at 4:15 p.m. Eastern, D&D with GOG Ghosts of Saltmarsh is finally back. Sound the trumpets. It's been forever because of medical stuff and from just conflicts, schedule conflicts and things like that. So thank God that's all done. So that'll be happening this afternoon. And then Friday we've got Valorward. And then we'll be building from there. So I will update the calendar with everything else now that I am back from Gen Con over the next couple of days. But it can't start tomorrow. I'm going to try to do some of it tonight. Tomorrow I've got jury duty, so there's not much I can do about that. Okay, see you, Fury. Okay. I need to change that. Okay, so all right, let's do this. All right, let's go up into the saloon before we continue. Nope, saloon. Let's see how the saloon is hopping these days.
Come on in, grab a spot at the bar.
So you've been out of the game completely since the Empire cracked
I haven't
down?
talked to these folks for a while.
More or less. Not that I didn't go down swinging.
Oh my God,
When
Dragon.
the company went belly up, I insisted I could turn.
Are you
things around.
incapable of driving from
But
Michigan
Dre,
to
my
Indianapolis?
He
I
wanted
wonder.
to leave together.
So what happened?
Well, he left, all right. But in my infinite wisdom, I decided to stick it out. Try to turn the cards in my favor. I got greedy. I can't tell you how badly I wish I'd gone with him. Instead, I chose what you might call the scenic route to rock bottom. That brings us to this rue-brittle cantina years later.
At least he got out eventually.
Will you take some advice, Cal?
Sure.
It's not just about getting out. It's about getting out before you lose everything.
Okay.
Talk later, hmm?
Always something to do.
What's going on,
Why'd
Tilla?
you choose to study the High Republic?
You know, I think it is the same reason that people are flocking to Pyloon's saloon. Everyone is excited about the possibility of what Kobo could become. I believe that is the kind of optimism that defined the High Republic.
Maybe you're right about that.
We'll talk soon.
So you ended up on Kuat. Shipyards must have some interesting sounds.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely filthy soundscape. Real solid samples. Things got really going when I met Dee Dee, though.
You found them in the shipyards?
That's right. I used to hang out at this monitoring station just listening to the yards. I caught Dee Dee here jamming on some recordings.
Dee Dee was already making music when you met?
Hell yeah. This little droid's got this natural gift. No other way to put it. He just needed the right opportunity.
Yeah, baby.
Feeling this set list is pretty near full.
Do you take requests, Ash?
You can try.
Great. Do you know about Anselmi throat intonations?
Oh, deep cut. Aren't those only performed underwater?
Exactly. I was reading that they use the low-frequency band as a carrier wave for deep-sea telemetry. Can you imagine? We could try to decode it in atmosphere.
I'm gonna be straight with you, Toa. Folks here are not gonna appreciate that.
Oh,
But hit me up if you have other suggestions, yeah?
great. Yeah, I will hit you up.
Okay. So we got that. I haven't talked to these folks for a while.
Not exactly. Though
You didn't know I was
prospectors
in
do ask me
Indy?
to read the planet's fortune from time to time.
Yeah,
They want you to
seriously.
tell them where to mine, right?
Exactly. But my gift is not so precise as to provide specific locations. What I see, I share. It is up to them to interpret my visions as they see fit.
Give me a second. I'm trying to catch up on a couple things here. Okay.
Now is not the time to speak. Oh, that's why. Okay. See now, what? Sometimes I get really like, I'm just like, come on, man. I see something on Discord where it's like there's like a note. Okay, good. Where I'm like this little dot next to it that's like, okay, here's this thing. You know. I'm just like, come on, man. Okay, cool. Where are the Space EDM rave songs? Well, there are some of those in that list, actually.
Kestis putting the kibosh on the raiders? Look at you!
I doubt they're gone. Just a little bruised.
Still, I'm impressed. Without a leader, they're gonna lose a lot of oomph.
Yeah? There's an open spot at the top of the raider ladder. You interested?
No thanks. Too much heat. But you're right. If I had to guess, something big and mean is gonna swallow up those raiders.
Don't like the sound of that.
I didn't think you would. Why is the Brood looking for you on Coruscant? Isn't that a real bad neighborhood for you these days?
Let's not get into it.
Good answer. Anyways, a sharpshooter
So
named
many
Jack
of these,
Nudo
like,
has been
bounty
trying to
hunters
sniff
looking
you
for me
out at a
now. It's,
meatpacking
like,
facility.
ridiculous.
Brought a couple of lackeys with her, but pick off the alpha, and the pack will scatter.
We'll keep our eyes on the prize.
Good. Hate to see something happen to you. The going's just going to get good, Cal.
All right.
Best selection in the system, guaranteed.
I don't have any bounty pucks at the moment.
Whatever.
I need another perk slot is what I need. All right, Turgle.
Say, Cal, would you like to buy my guide to Kobo?
No.
Not really.
Good, because I haven't written it yet. But if you want to know something, I have all sorts of tips for Kobo visitors.
Like what?
Give information out for free? Come on, Cal. A frog's got to make a living. Hiya.
All right.
All right, you old bat. I'm in.
There's the bonehead
These two.
I know. Cal,
What's up, Grok?
just in time. The old grouch just made the best decision of his life.
Yeah?
Uh-huh. I'm done pounding sand. Reckon we're ready for a big score.
The big score. The one we've been waiting for. Sitting right under the imps' noses. Got a tip about some derelict Imperial equipment up on the mountain. Prospectors have been too yellow to go for it. But we ain't yellow.
We sure ain't.
This time tomorrow, we'll be sitting pretty on an industrial fuel injector.
Glad to hear someone's not letting the Empire scare them away. But you need to be careful up there.
Oh, we got it all figured out. Got a map and everything.
Oh, a map. That will certainly help you.
Better get our autographs now, Cal.
A map.
Next time we meet,
That's what
it
we
might
need is
be
a map.
above your pay grade.
Huh.
How you doing?
How you doing? What's going on, Mosey?
Cal, glad you're here. There's talk of a giant piazza nesting in an animal graveyard on the far side of the valley. Figured you want to check it out.
You figured right.
Look at you. Already sounding like a local. Oh, before I forget, I heard there were a pair of newcomers over by the stone spires. I want to look for them.
I already found them. They're gonna start a holotactics table at Pyloon's.
Now we're talking. A piazza that size, well, just don't take it lightly.
I won't. Thanks, Mosey. Do you always hunt alone?
Not always. For big game, I usually bring a partner or two.
Strength in numbers.
That's right. In a pack, each hunter has their own role. Safer, too. We have a saying from where I'm from. A branch of a grill tree can be snapped in half, but a bundle of branches cannot.
Fair.
Salutations.
Okay, so... Wait, Monk. Hold on, Monk.
Hey, everyone. I have an announcement.
Everyone holding up okay, Monk?
Well, we're just fine now. The Raiders might have put a little spook in some of our clientele when they marched in here, but we're made of sterner stuff.
Good to hear. You doing all right?
Cal, my boy, I'll tell you the same thing I told you.
I have not talked to these people in a while,
What's
so...
that?
Go ahead and shoot. But know this. You'll be blasting the best bartender on Kobo.
You're the only bartender on Kobo.
We'll talk later, Cal.
All right, Grease.
So you got the compass, yeah? Well, guess that's it. Next stop, Jedi, and then, you know, rhymes with Mandalore.
You sure you're ready to leave Pyloon's behind?
Well, I gotta admit, it's in good hands. And this ain't a one-way trip. We can still visit, right?
Just have to be careful.
Sure. I was more of a risk taker when I was younger. These days,
This feels
I
like
just want
it's
a
setting
place
up
to
that it's
call
not going to
home.
be this great.
I'm excited to see Seer again. Those anchorites, though, not so much. We going to Jeddah or what?
Yeah. Bode.
Yeah. When we were fighting Dagon, those hallucinations, what were they for you?
My friends, suffering because they followed me, and I couldn't do anything to stop it.
I saw Kata. In a room, stormtroopers coming for it, breaking down the door. But you know what? That's not gonna happen.
Yeah. Thanks for being there and having my back.
No. Thank you, brother. We're closer than ever to giving the people we love real safety. Just enjoying this place while I can. May not see it for a while. Hope Cordova can fix that compass.
All right, so we got to go to Jeddah, but first we got to check out these people up here. Wish I could get another perk slot.
It true then? Nicked that droid back from the Raiders, did you?
I don't think we met.
Oh, lass. Sorry about that. Came at you like a rock, I did. Call me Har. Been here longer than any of these greenhorns.
Sup, Har?
Except Doma. And Gulu. And Guido. And old Toll, of course. But she's... Blast, there I go again. Cal, is it?
Right. This is BD.
Damn fine to meet you two. Damn fine. Oi, Cal. Good to see you.
Okay, thanks for that.
Do you see this, lad? Payment to the mast, the tank's over halfway full.
I hope they all get along.
Aye, but this is no the time for self-congratulation, laddie. There's still leagues of bubbles left for more fishes. Let the hunt continue.
Yep, I've already done a bunch of stuff with Scuba.
You asked how life was different in my day.
This is the only place where I got an extra perk slot, and I want another one.
Yeah, the Empire has everyone so afraid they just look out for themselves. What was it like back then?
Once I was running an errand for Master Kree, very time-sensitive business. I moved with such haste, I blew off my motivator. I was perfectly aware and completely immobile. Most embarrassing.
How'd you get moving again?
By chance, a friendly bystander diagnosed my predicament and graciously installed a replacement.
That's generous. Out here, they'd probably scrap you for parts. How'd you repay them?
I didn't. I never saw him again, but weeks later, I was able to help someone else. That chain of kindness kept the Republic going. For a while. I'm busy, young Jedi.
Yeah, do you have perk slots?
What do we have here?
Man. Equilibrium. Using a force ability increase the damage of the next lightsaber attack. That's nice. Versatility. Gain more experience from defeating enemies. That's useful, actually, in its own way. Flux. I don't love that. Absorb hit without being interrupted while sprinting. Yeah, I need to get another data disc at some point, but... What's up, Maren?
How do you like Pyloons?
It is like an oasis. A dirty oasis. Tell Grease I said that and you will regret it, droid. We should go back to Jeddah soon. Sierra and Cordova are waiting.
Yep. Jeddah happening soon. Alright, I'm just checking with... Whoop. I gotta check with these folks, then I gotta check with my gardener, and then we're heading out to Jeddah.
You made it back. How's Pyloons treating you?
It's adorably derelict and entirely unique. If this cantina were on Coruscant, you could quadruple the prices and still have lines out the door.
Any luck with the data pad?
Ask Doma. She's working on it.
Thanks again for your help, Cal.
Don't mention it.
Hello, Cal.
Let's chat later.
Okay, I did check on them. Right. Okay, gardening time. Just checking with my gardener, and then Jeddah. Jeddah is up and running.
Okay, this is really impressive.
Oh, hello.
Out of seeds. Need to find more.
Can't I garden here still? Or no? They opened up... I opened up a plot, but, like... That was just the plot over here. Could maybe garden here, but maybe not. All right. Jedi time. Okay, let's do it. Jedi time, and the living is easy. Okay.
I know that look.
What look? I don't have a look.
Dagon. His army. Those were long odds. Even for you.
I didn't let my past control me. Dagon's overwhelmed him. To be honest, I had no idea if I could. But I had to believe.
Well, I knew you would come back.
Of course. You're not getting rid of me that easily.
Keep your eyes out for the Empire.
All right. What do you have to say, Bode?
Cal?
Cal. It's very, very exciting. Grease?
Always something to do, huh?
Okay. Well, that's as much as we get there, so the Jedi time has come.
Where should we go next?
We should go to Jeddah.
Full speed to Jeddah.
Let's do it.
You think Cordova can repair that compass?
Oh, I bet credits he can.
You have credits to bet?
What's that supposed to mean?
Tanalor. We're so close now.
I'm excited to see Tanalor.
Oh, me too. But just don't go starting a witch school or something. And definitely don't invite those creepy sisters of yours.
But they're here now, Grease. All around you.
That's funny.
All right, kids, sit down. We're here.
Okay.
You coming?
I'll be in later. I just gotta run another diagnostic on the Mantis.
It'd be a shame if we blow another gyro and get stuck in the abyss.
What? Come on, why'd you have to say that? You jinxed us. Oh, this is just great. You think Mara's got any magic tricks that'll ward off bad luck? Let's talk in a bit, yeah?
All right, all right. Let's do what we need to do, although I never remember what side we're actually on. Right. Mm-hmm. There we go. Let's go in here first,
There's
just
only
in
the
case.
Force.
Okay. Great.
Come on, buddy.
All right, Cordova. Here we go. Got your compass.
Master Cordova. Dagon Gera had the last compass, but it's
damaged.
He didn't exactly hand it over.
This can be repaired.
I'll begin at once.
BD.
Let's give Master Cordova some time to concentrate.
I know a place with a view.
Good.
People hanging out.
I have more tea. But, you know, it's kind of heavy. If anybody wanted to give me a hand.
Of course,
Grease.
Grease.
Ah, thank you. Oh, ha ha, very funny. Okay, here you go, round 2. What do you think?
Strong.
It's very sweet.
You'll get used to it.
You see her. Why don't you join us on Tanalor? There's no better home for the Archive or the Hidden Path. Look, whatever the future holds, we can face it together.
Yes. It's a new path for all of us. Cal, Master T'Pol would be proud of the Jedi you've become.
I had a good teacher.
Everyone, the Hidden Path has found a new home. To Tanalor.
Hey, wait a minute, Seer, does that mean you're coming?
Yes, Grease. In fact, I'm going to go and prepare the Archive for relocation.
Well, it's getting late. I'll go with you. Say, where is the Manus in there? This place is terrifying at night.
I will escort you.
Oh, great. But, hey, none of that creepy stuff, okay? Seer, are the Anchorites really coming with us?
Of course, yes.
Wow, our family's growing with a boatload of creepy aunts and uncles.
We did it, Bode.
Yeah. Compass is gonna be good as new.
Something's bothering you.
Ah, you know me too well, Scrapper. Just thinking about Kata. And people looking after her, but it's always a bit tough when I come back.
When she sees what you've done for her, she'll understand.
I hope so. I was thinking maybe we should go to Tanalor first. Just make sure it's safe before the others join.
The sooner we get the Hidden Path set up there, the better. Gotta stay one step ahead of the Empire, right?
Yeah.
Hey. Tomorrow we're gonna have a new home. Couldn't have done that without you, Bode.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah.
I'm, gonna go record a bedtime story for Kata. You have a good night. You've earned it.
What a view, huh? Desert at night seems to stretch on forever.
And there is beauty in emptiness.
Now you sound like a Jedi.
I got a few things right.
Not everything. Look, the Order's gone. It's time to leave it behind. And I know what I want now.
Took you long enough.
Oh, here it is. Aha! We knew that was on the way. Exactly. All right. Good stuff. Success. I'm sure it's fine and there's not going to be any last twist. Hi, is this yours? Yeah. Okay. Oh, there's one more. Mini Arv is getting some stuff that just printed. So one of my games that I play. Oh, I can?
Yeah.
I'm allowed. Oh, that's his droid, BD. Okay, when it comes out, I'll try to let you know when it prints out, when the other one prints out.
Oh no, I just need one more people.
Okay. All right. I'm sure the fact that nobody has come to say hi yet is going to be... Wait. Is that not where... Oh, see, I always get... Man, I always get confused about where... How to get around in this place. Is it that way? Ooh. You have a speeder bike? That's cool. But that wasn't what I was thinking about. Okay. Where the heck do I get to the thing? I don't... This is like... Is it over there? I came from here. Is it here? Maybe this is. I got to sense echo. That's always positive.
You're the traveler.
Have you found any systems outside the Empire's reach?
It's just a little creepy how everything is like
there are countless ruins
quiet,
scattered
like
across the high
quiet
desert.
right now.
One of them could be a perfect safe house for the path.
Ooh, nice. Outstanding. See, this is stuff I've been here a bunch of times and I could never actually... Yeah, exactly. Echo, echo, echo. I could never get in here before this. New perk slot. Skill point. Okay, also very good. No complaints here. Maybe down and over? Okay. Oh, and then I go down here. Okay. Jeez, so confusing. All right, yes. There it is. Good gravy. I don't think I... Hey, what's up, DeCeasy? How are you, DeCeasy? How's life in the universe on your... in your side of the world? How's everything going? Right. I was trying to decide about dual wield. Focused sight, which I still don't really want. Oh, right. Telekinesis, yes. Mass slam. Nah, I don't want to do that parry push. I'm gonna do this. You're inexplicably... It's 2 a.m. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, DeCeasy. Why inexplicably? Nightmares are not good. What do you have to say,
What
Sarah?
was it like to reunite with Master Cordova after all these years?
Terrifying.
Not the response I expected.
Remember that he disappeared without a trace not long after his premonition that the Order would fall.
It was weirdly
always
vivid?
feared that he
Oh,
had
I'm
died.
sorry about that.
Yes. Then one day he simply
So now you're like,
into
let
my
me come to Twitch and hang out
alive
with
and
some folks who understand.
For a moment, I felt like a Padawan again. Ashamed that we hadn't completed his plan to rebuild the Order. And I didn't know how he would react to our decision to destroy the holocron.
How did he react?
As a master should. With questions, trust, and understanding. I'm very glad he found his way back to us. The Empire is always watching.
All right, what do you have to say, Bode?
Normally I can shake these things, but I keep thinking about Coruscant.
I try not to.
I get that. For some reason, Gabs keeps popping into my head.
I worry a little bit about, I don't know, Bode's in a
Still
rough
get me
way,
a
it
hard
feels like.
time.
Yeah.
Okay.
I miss her.
And then what happened?
Only good Inquisitors. Well, you know. Look at me, turning things dark again. Sorry. Let's talk in a bit, Cal.
My friends, it is good to see you. If you are willing, visit the ancient site at the far edge of the western desert.
We'll check it out.
Wonderful. It's been some time since I've been there, but I found its resonance with the force quite moving.
You don't know what kind of a creature? For a minute, I thought it was actually a question mark.
Master Yaddle?
I did?
Grease asked Seer about her once. I think he had a crush.
Master Yaddle was strong-willed, a strange sense of humor. I enjoyed her company immensely.
My master was her Padawan. He said she trained harder than anyone he knew, which was really something if you knew Jaro Tapal.
How's it coming?
See for yourself.
Aha.
Master Cordova. He did it.
Imperial forces coming in from all sides. They found us.
Get your people out. Hold them off as long as they...
What?
Boat.
The hell?
I'm really sorry about this. Oh. Son. Son, you don't have to do this.
What?
No!
What on... Freaking Bode?
Master Cordova!
That's creepy to Cece.
Bode is the compass. Go after it. Go!
Wow, the betrayal though. Unbelievable, man. He was a good guy. All of a sudden, he's just like, except he's been acting weird for a while, so unbelievable. Hey. Jerk. The betrayal. I probably need to stop hitting those rocks. Oh, I'm sorry about all of this. Jackass. The treachery is real, man.
Headed for the archive.
Nice.
He's getting away.
Oh, he's not. He's right there. I love how these speeders have, like, the most sturdy speeders of all time. Anyway, Cece, that sounds like it was a very creepy dream. Sorry, it was in the middle of also getting betrayed by this guy who was like a bro. Jackass.
Why, Bode? For this! We fought for that together, and you're just gonna hand it to the Empire?
I'm not giving it to the Empire.
You killed Master Cordova.
Cal, you don't have time for this fight. Something terrible is coming for that archive. Listen to your instincts. You know I'm right.
What have you done?
If you want to keep your family safe, you get them out of there. Right now.
What have you done?
Oh, snap. So he's a freaking Jedi, or he used to be.
You can't be.
Wow. Explains a lot.
You're not the only one who survived.
He's a Sith?
Cal! Heads up!
Shit. Hello? Why can I not? Oh, I don't have BD with me. Why don't I have BD with me? Where is BD? Why do I not have BD with me?
Predictable.
He has the Force. Unreal.
Seer.
Well, because you're meant to lose that fight. Yeah, clearly. Damn. Well, well, well. So Bode is not... Wait, respawn? What? Okay. That was weird that they made it like a mechanical thing. I wonder if you can win that fight if you got lucky. Oh my god, I play Seer? This seems really bad.
We must hold out as long as we can.
Is there... Maybe I'm missing, like... Yeah, sorry about that, DeCeasy. I'm sorry that that happened to you, but... She's pretty epic as a Jedi, by the way, which I guess I knew, but...
Stop dancing around.
Okay. Okay, good.
Yes, but the Empire is attacking the main gate.
Phew, boy, this is bad. It's very bad. Very, 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 very bad. Taking this rock with me, just in case. Always need to have a rock with you sometimes. Okay.
I know a shortcut. Stand back. We have to hold the hangar until evacuations are complete. Why aren't the base defenses active?
Something's wrong. Together.
I got you now. We're not through yet.
Okay. Now what?
Have you seen Cal?
No, but BD was with the Mantis. They're evacuating those they can. Look! Walkers!
Cannot breach the main gate.
This is very bad.
Face the rat.
Good. Got that guy. Okay.
Clyde, we have to stop the walkers. We must destroy those walkers.
I'm open to suggestions. Oh, can't go in there. No! I don't want to go there. Okay. Glad, because that was obnoxious. Alright. Alright, that should help a little bit with those walkers. Yeah!
You got its attention.
There's more munitions on the second level.
Good. We'll need them. They think to stand against us.
Hoping this is the second level. Okay, rest. It's fortunate that they have meditation things just at this time. Okay. Oh, okay. I was like, what the hell?
We'll reach the perimeter soon.
And smash. Convenient.
That will slow them down.
Master Chunga, the Empire has breached the tunnels. They are attempting to open the hangar gate from the inside.
Marin, can you...
Of course.
Also, let me save it. Shortcut unlocked.
Get back here!
Okay, I don't need to rest. I just need to make sure the game was saved. There we go. Okay, now upstairs to the shortcut. Oh, okay. That also works.
So many have died.
And many more will die if we do not secure the hangar.
This doesn't look dangerous at all.
He would want us to salvage what we can of the ark.
And the contact codes.
Fall into the Empire's hands, no matter the price.
fight soon.
I don't know what I tried to do the whole like open up the thing and it didn't work, and I don't know what that was all about. Okay, healed. Playing as Sarah is an interesting experience.
What now? Down to the hangar.
Aha.
Well done. You too. Breeze,
Okay.
do you hear me?
Dear, what a nice surprise.
Stay in the Mantis until we secure the hangar.
Copy that. Good luck out there.
Great.
Push them back. Let us fight, Seer.
We need to switch to range tactics. Got it.
Keep fighting.
I will die here if I have to.
Okay.
Remember your training.
You will yield.
Yeah, this is what I want. Don't let up.
You will break.
Certainly will break now.
There are too many.
Have faith. We will stop them.
Well, we'll do something.
Careful. There's danger nearby.
Target spotted.
Together. Excellent teamwork. They're coming.
This is it.
This is it. I thought we already had what this was.
They're here.
I can hold them back. They will destroy the hangar.
No more!
I took care of that.
Boy, am I happy to see the two of you. Thanks for the assist.
Any word from
The
Cal?
guns.
No, nothing yet. I'm sure he's fine. He probably just turned off his comm.
Seer, what now?
We'll escape before their main force arrives. Then we'll regroup at the rendezvous point. First, I need to get back to the archive.
The hidden path contact codes. I will join you.
No. Marin, I need you to stay here and defend the Mantis.
BD, go with her.
Keep the engines warm, Grease. We won't be long.
Hey, Seer. You hurry back. You got this.
Thank you, Grease.
I don't know if she's got this. Retrieve contact codes from the archive. Alright, well. That looks like a thing I can interact with. Maybe not, though. I mean, she was walking dramatically this way. So, like... I hope this isn't bugged out. Uh-oh. Unless there's some other way to get through it or something?
I hope Cal is okay, but we must hurry. There is still time to evacuate the remaining anchorites. And save as much of the archive as we can.
Oh, okay. I guess we go in here? What's left of the archive, huh? Okay, good. I was confused. I was like, wait, what?
BD-1, take this to the Mantis. I'll meet you at the rendezvous point.
Nice USB thumbstick.
Go. Now.
Oh, well, damn. Hi.
It's been a while. I was hoping you drowned on Nur when we blew a hole in your underwater base.
It is delusion to think your actions have had any consequence.
I know, right?
The fortress stands. The Inquisitorius continues its work. And I have come for you.
I've been waiting.
Great. Damn it. I did not even see where my health was at. I didn't even see where my health was at. Yeah, I've got this. Damn it. Jesus, his block bar? His block bar.
You have have gathered the remnants of the Jedi tradition.
How convenient. I'm out of health.
Fall. Waste time. Your failure is inevitable.
Ow.
So.
Jeez. Oh, come on, man. Just give it to the dark side. I don't even have my you used this before thing. That's bullshit. I'm dead. Dead. Goodbye. Yeah, he's awfully powerful. I guess I shouldn't be surprised. Yep. Yeah, hero. Oh, shoot.
Oh, your death, Master.
Jeez.
Lucy. You have grown stronger.
No. I've only let go of my fear.
Thanks.
We shall see.
It's like his just strength. I'm sure that worked. I would not walk towards it. I would not walk towards it. He's obviously there. Oh, great.
Fall to the power of the dark.
Christ. Oh my god. Why can't there be checkpoints? Hi, Stalio. Sob.
You waste time.
Okay. Oh, that was clever. I like how his block is never actually done. Like his block is never finished. Like he just is always blocking. Damn it. Damn it.
Your end is near.
Damn it. Ah. Ah, man, it was right there. Shoot.
You waste time.
You just have to keep on offense because Mm-hmm. Well, that's good because the other stages are super easy and all.
Waste time.
Okay. Damn it.
Waste time. Fall. Your end is near.
You have growth.
What? Oh my god. 2 hits. 2 hits. 2 hits. 2 hits.
Elusive.
Jedi souls.
Waste time.
You have.
Can you please not have the heal interrupted too?
Fall to the power of the dark side. Elusive. Fall.
Damn it! Ah! Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that I'm winning this one. I don't know. His ability to interrupt the heal is, like, really frustrating. Bullshit. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. I dodged out of that. Bullshit, bullshit. That's absolute bullshit. I dodged out of that. Hard enough without missing inputs, I'm sorry. He exposes himself if he reaches for that grab and you don't get it. But still. Oh, this is great. Thanks, camera.
You have...
No, I dodged that. See, now I'm already dead because there's no way. Yeah, okay, whatever. There's... It's also irritating knowing that she's obviously not winning this fight, even if I so-called win, so that's also frustrating. Took an extra hit I didn't need to there. Again, I need to be able to heal there, or it's fundamentally not fair. I can't do that. Dodge that. And now the garbage part of the fight. damn it! I didn't know. All of a sudden, why is that all of a sudden now he's like all of a sudden staggered?
Waste of time. Fall.
Jesus, dude. So he just, your super thing does nothing against him, his counter, and I understand narratively it's Vader, so I get that, like, but then it's almost like, what's the point of a fight that clearly is not able to be won because obviously it's Vader? So, like, I don't understand, like, I don't think I needed, like, convincing that Vader was a badass. Like, wait, you know, actually this Vader is not a bad, he's kind of powerful.
Waste time. You have grown.
Shit.
Futile.
Let me heal, please. Shit. I dodged all of those dodges. I dodged all of that. I'm doing this one more time, and then I'm switching it down to story difficulty. This fight's kind of bullshit. Sorry. I mean, again, I want to reiterate, I totally understand it's Vader, so I get it. I'm not in any way objecting to the fact that Vader's a badass. I'm just objecting to the fact that I have to fight Vader in a place where obviously I have no chance of winning. Like, again, I repeat for the 70 millionth time. Narratively, of course Vader should be tough. That's why I don't understand why I'm fighting him. Like, there's no reason whatsoever to be fighting a guy that can't be defeated. Like, clearly. So...
Futile. You have...
It's so annoying to see that L3 plus R3. Yeah, I'm turning it down to story mode. This fight is bullshit. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. Assuming I can. Okay, good. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. Oh, he can't. So he can lose his block. Interesting. He can lose his block on story combat.
You have grown.
So this is trivially easy in story combat, obviously. It's frustrating. It's the first fight that I feel like has just been fundamentally unfair. That last step. Yeah. So Vader was already gone. It's a great set piece. It's just not a fair fight. Okay, wait a second. Let's go back to the way we were. I hated to do that, but I'm not going to spend the next however long getting super frustrated because they don't make a fight fair. I understand the metaphor, but it's a little confusing about the way some of it got arranged. But I get it, basically.
Take care of that?
Yeah. They're safe.
We'll find the proper place to bury him soon.
The remaining anchorites have scattered. The Empire pursues them. They may return at any moment. Seer bought enough time for BD-1 to reach us with the contact codes for the hidden path. But this is all that remains of her archive.
You're so close to a second chance.
Blood and raw deal? Tell me, how could Bode be a Jedi and be an Imperial spy?
He is no Jedi.
Why couldn't we sense him?
He deceived us all.
No, I still should have been able to.
Now that's enough! Cal. That's enough, okay? What Bode did, that is on him. It's not on you. It's not on anyone. It's on him. We all know it's a rigged game, but we choose how to play.
It's a shame that there's not a bounty on his head. We could have hunted him with a guild tracker.
I happen to have a guild tracker.
Locator beacon. That's how Bode reached us on Kobo.
Could it still be active?
Well, let's find out.
Nothing.
Damn it!
Cal. The signal.
It's faint. BD, dial it in. Nova Garon system.
Wait a minute. Why would Bode take a detour?
He's got a daughter. Maybe that's where she lives.
We could catch him there. This feels like a trap.
Yeah, it does. So what do you think? Do we risk it?
I don't see what choice we got.
For Seer and Master Cordova, I will mask our approach.
Okay. You two grab some seed. I got the con.
For Seer.
Tragedy, trophy earned. New objective, locate Bode. Lost a master code over in Sierra Cal carries a burden of guilt. He sought Tanalor to protect the ones he loved, but Bode's betrayal has cost him everything. The path to redemption leads through finding Bode. Yeah, it does. Man, he has got a lot to answer for. He's got a lot to answer for. Nearly defeated the Sith Lord Darth Vader. Pretty impressive. Pretty impressive that she came that close. Which is what I mean. Like, that's kind of why, although the fight is awesome, is fun, at the same, like, the fight is like fighting Vader. You're like, oh, I'm fighting Vader. But then there's a whole other aspect of it where you're just kind of like, come on, man. Like, there's no way to win this fight narratively. So because there's no way to win the fight narratively, you know, like, there's no real... I mean... What's the point of fighting a fight that you know for a fact is not going to be able to, you know, be what you would hope it would be? Because, again, that's set up. Yes. Yes, indeed. Okay. That said, though, we have made some excellent progress and are now clearly moving towards the final stages, since I don't think we have a... I don't really think we have a lot of other... Okay. I don't think we have a lot of other options in terms of bad guys. I'm assuming we're pretty much out of the loop on bad guys, I would guess. So. Okay. You didn't like her? Well, I liked how badass she was in dealing with all of them. She almost beat Vader. That deserves some measure of respect, I think. Okay. Alrighty. Let's see. No, but I said this multiple times, Echo. I'm going to repeat it again. I said this multiple times. I know you weren't here for this. My objection is not that it's hard to beat Darth Vader. My objection is we should not have to fight him. You can't beat him. You know in the end he's going to win regardless because of the setup for everything. So there's no point in fighting something where you know for a fact there's absolutely no chance of defeating him. I'm just not... That's the big problem. My problem is not that Vader is hard. I totally accept that he's hard, he should be difficult. But the point is we shouldn't be fighting him because we can't actually defeat him. So that's kind of my... That's kind of where I'm at on that. I don't have any problem with him being difficult but I just don't think we should be fighting him at all because frankly, for fighting him, like we can't defeat him. Like why would we be able to defeat him? He's Vader. So that's my only objection to that. Is that right? That's right. Okay, cool. All right, folks. So now the time has come for the nominations for the Chat Chosen Game of the Month. Now, I don't yet know when this is going to happen. I think it's in 2 weeks. Yeah, I totally agree on that score. I definitely agree on that. Okay, so the question is, what game ARV play next? Or this month, rather. Okay. Die by the Sword. Get your nominations in now, folks. So we have Die by the Sword. What other nominations do we have for games to play this month for me? The Patreon Field Chat Chosen Game of the Month. So Die by the Sword is in there. What else? Other nominations, please. Other nominations. Now is the time. Get those nominations in while you can. Okay. Anyone other nominations, folks? Nominations, nominations, nominations. We need more than just one. Nominations for games to be chosen. Please. We cannot have simply one. Have other nominations, please. Now is the time to jump in with nominations for the chat chosen game of the month. Die by the Sword is a perfectly valuable or perfectly valid nomination. Happy to take that. But what else? Baldur's Gate 3. Baldur's Gate 3, huh? The problem is that I could easily play Baldur's Gate 3. I could get it. I could, as part of the GOG stuff or whatever. I really have not been feeling Baldur's Gate 3. I just don't love Larian stuff, I've concluded. And it's not that they're a bad company. I think they're an excellent company, but I just don't think I resonate with their stuff. Yeah, I mean, there's that too. Everybody's playing it. I just don't resonate with Larian stuff. I played Divinity Original Sin 1 and I got tired of it. I played DOS 2 and I got tired of it. I don't like their writing or their sense of humor, and I just all the stuff I read, I was like, the original Baldur's Gate 3 trailer was disgusting and kind of repulsive, and like I just was like, Oh, does it really? Yeah, I mean, because it obviously was supposed to be Divinity Original Sin 3. I mean, I understand that they changed it around and they don't, but it is DOS 3. I mean, that's what it was. They just changed it around. And again, nothing against them. I do think it's an excellent company, but it just don't resonate with their stuff. So give me another one, Stalio. Give me another choice of game possibility. Anybody? Other nominations? Anyone else? Nominations. Now's the time to get them in. Die by the Sword is one. We do need some other nominations, though. Anybody else? Is this anybody? Hello? Knock, knock, knock. Bump, bump, bump. Is this on? I know we're at the end of the session, but anybody? Well, some of the folks I know had to head out and stuff like that, and people have been on vacation and so on. But anyone else? Because I do want more than one nomination. Anyone? Hello. Because what I might have to do is I might have to do this, then try to do this again on, let's say, Friday or something like that, because I do need more than one nomination for this to work. What do you think, Chrono? I reserve the right to veto if I've played it before or if I'm going to be playing it or so on. I did not play Outer Worlds. If you want to put that up there, I am happy to put that as a possibility. Outer Worlds is fine. It is on GOG, yes. I always get that confused too. There's Outer Worlds and then there's Outer Worlds is the Obsidian one, right? What is Shenmue 4, Stalio? I do remember Shenmue vaguely. Actually, wait, let me make sure it's what I think it is. Oh, yeah. Yeah. But it's available for, so it would be Shenmue 3 then, right? Because I don't think Shenmue, I guess they're all available one way or the other. Okay. Outer Wilds, right. Okay, that's the one I was thinking about, Outer Worlds. It was vaguely a JRPG. Yeah. Okay, those are 3 good choices. I like those. Any other options from anybody? Anybody? All right, then in that case, we will do those 3. Usually what happens is Echo is Johnny on the spot, but I don't know if you are this time, Echo, if you've got your, if you've got the, whatchamacallit ready, the straw poll ready for Die by the Sword, Outer Worlds, and Shenmue. But those are 3 good choices, actually. I'd be happy to play any of those. I assumed that you did. Because you usually do, so yes. Well, that's why I said I figured you would. If you don't know me by now, you will never know me. Okay. Okay. Sixpence new, or was it from the last purchase? Don't understand what that means. What do you mean? Oh, no, this is the same. Although I did see there was a booth there that had some of the flat caps, but none of them I didn't love any of the ones that they had there. I didn't like the fit, so I ended up not doing it, but I thought about it, but I was like, I basically have this one, my gray and black checkered one that I like, my green one, excuse me, which I like, and the last one is the brown one that I like. The blue one I do okay. Yes, 100% going to play Starfield. Very interested in Starfield. Yes. I'm looking forward to that game quite a bit. I am impressed. Okay, so Die by the Sword, Outer Worlds, and Shenmue. So if you did set up the link, Echo, if you could post the link, I'm going to put it on the channel later on. But I got to get Ryzen out of here because I got to go set up for D&D with GOG, which is going to be doing Saltmarsh. Finally, Saltmarsh returns today at 4:15 p.m. Eastern. So I got to go get that done. So Echo, if you do have that link as has been claimed, as has been suggested, lovely. I'm going to make a copy of that link. Okay. Good. All right, cool. Thank you very much for doing that, Echo. That is going to be put into the next game command, and I will do that later. But right now, what I'm going to do, so Die by the Sword, Outer Worlds, and Shenmue. Right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to rise up on out of here because, again, I am going over to GOG.com to get ready for some D&D with GOG Ghosts of Saltmarsh. If you folks like what you saw and heard today, please follow the channel. Check out our YouTube at !ArvTube, Discord at !ArvCord, Twitter !ArvTweets, website arvaneleron.com. Financially, !ArvTreon is the Patreon, !ArvShop is the merchandise area. Subbing to the channel is very much appreciated. Thanks for those who did that today. And also, please consider supporting us on the publishing side of things. !Icarus for my graphic novel, !Library for my Tales and Tomes from the Forbidden Library. That's my 5e adventure and sourcebook from Alligator Alley Entertainment. Icarus, of course, from Athos Arts, as is Greyshade, Greyshade, my novel from Athos Arts. The sequel, Renegade, also from Athos Arts. You can get both of those at that link. In a Western mode. That's cool. If you get to watch, totally understand. If not, I understand. But I'm just glad that Saltmarsh is going to be back up and rolling again. So that is, so yes, Greyshade will get you to where you can buy Greyshade and Renegade. You can pre-order Heretic, the final book in the series, coming out next year. You can pre-order the tabletop role-playing game by Brandon O'Brien, which is going to be coming out later as well. And you can order and buy it right now, the audiobook by Tren Sparks of Battletech and many other things fame. And Tren did the recording of the audiobook for Greyshade. An amazing job on that. So you can get all of that there on Greyshade. Yes, thank you. I appreciate it. And otherwise, BLM, Black Lives Matter, important to affirm and assert the significance and importance of Black lives. Help Now, the World Health Organization page on suicide prevention. Important to reach out to others when you need help and reach out to others when they need help as well. And Ukraine, Ukraine, to help the people of Ukraine as they fight back against an illegal and illegitimate war with bravery and courage. And we send the message that we will do this as well for others in a similar situation in the future. Again, for those of you who missed this, Gen Con was awesome. The symposium was awesome. Had a great time with that. New stuff coming up with the channel, a full subathon and a bunch of other refresh things happening next month, which is going to be very exciting. So please follow and do all the stuff to be able to be a part of that. More to come. Thank you to my wonderful mods, Dragon Spear, Hillness, and Trifity Mats. Thank you to my wonderful Patreon supporters and subscribers, Dragon, Hillness, Trifity Mats. Thank you to Echo Alphex 5. Thank you to H. Videz, Chrono Travis, Indy. What's up, my friend? Jagtris, John, Samskio, Spoto, Stalio, and VI Mercy. Thanks, everyone, so much. I figure we have probably like 2 sessions-ish left, maybe 3 of Jedi Survivor. Having a great time with it. It's been a good time, even though I got frustrated with the Vader fight today. But still, really enjoying it. It's a good game. I like it. All that kind of good stuff. I will see you over on GOG.com's Twitch channel in just about 35 minutes for actually 40 minutes, I guess, for more of the amazing D&D with GOG Ghosts of Saltmarsh, and more of this game to come. On my own channel, I'll be back here on Friday with more of the award-winning and nominated and so on Valorword, Court of Blades Valorword, with your good friends Brendan O'Brien, Michael R. Underwood, myself, and the other players part of the Speculate show. That's it for me. Thanks, everyone. Much love. I'll see you folks over on GOG.com in a bit. Until then, everyone be good to each other. Bye for now. Honk.